In today's video, I want to go through the easiest personal brand strategy that you can use for 2024, 2025, heck, even 2026, and we ain't even anywhere near that yet. And it's really simple because I've analyzed a bunch of creators throughout my time because I've been creating content for 4 years now. And at the start, I was struggling, bro. Like just like you, I was struggling to get views, struggling to get anyone to actually comment, to care, let alone I wasn't even thinking about having a business behind my brand because it's not until later I realized, oh, being a sustainable full-time content creator, you can just do it with brand partnerships and affiliate links, but having a business behind your brand is exactly how you do that. And I'll go through that in today's video as well. But I really just want to get into the strategy side of things and how you can actually build yourself a brand in the first place, a personal brand, so you can have a brand behind your personal brand. And before we even get into any of that, I want you guys to recognize how much better your life would be if you just had more clients, right? If you already have a business and you had 10 more clients, how much better would your life be? How much more money would you have? Even if you don't have a business right now, imagine if you were to start one and you had 10 more clients, you would already have a lot more money unless you're selling something that's like £50 or $50. But that's a story for another day. And that's why I don't really do low ticket per se, because you need a really, really big brand to make low ticket work, in my personal opinion. But regardless, let's get into the strategy side of things. And then later in the video, we can talk about monetizing it and how I was able to monetize it and how a bunch of other creators were able to do the exact same thing. Now, when it comes to strategy, the first thing that you guys need to understand is it's all a mindset thing, right? Like, you can't come into the content game and expect to blow up within 3 months or 2 months or 1 month. Content is genuinely a long game. And if you look at all the top content creators, heck, if you look at, I wouldn't even call them top content creators, right? I'm not talking like the KSIs and Mr. Beast and MKBHDs. Those are the elite guys. And if you look at those, they've been doing it for years. MKBHD, I'm sure he's been doing it like 10 years or some bullshit. Mr. Beast, 10 years. KSI, 10 years. Like, they've been in it for years. But if you look at people that were able to go full time with content creation, typically they don't do it within 3 months or 6 months. It becomes a process of maybe a year. Well, some can do it in 3 6 months, but sometimes it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, especially when you're starting from scratch, right? And a good example of this is, you could say me. I've done it for 4 years. It's only recently in the last year I've actually went full time with it because I now use my social media to get clients for my business, which is, you could say, video editing, but mainly consulting and coaching other people on building their social medias or building their personal brands and getting more leads for their business. But I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head. Let's think. I like using Ben Kauza. Cannot say his last name, but Ben. If you type him in on YouTube or Instagram, you've probably heard of him. Massive content creator that helps other people create better content. When I found out his story, he was creating content for years. He started off with Call of Duty videos. In fact, I can't say he started there. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he did Call of Duty videos. He even done dances or done like fitness videos or lifestyle videos. But he was in the content game, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 or 7 years, somewhere in between. And it's only in the last year he's really blown up and he's making a full-time income. And what a lot of people don't tell you about content is, typically the first piece of content you make isn't going to be your final product, right? When I started creating content, I was in the entertainment industry, making like, what kind of videos? Next lap videos like Chunks and Ella Rose and those guys, because that's what inspired me to start in the first place. Same with Ben. He was doing a different style of content, completely different style of content to what he's doing now, helping other content creators. And typically it's not your first video that you basically run with the whole entire time. I even started, when it came to short form, I was doing like lifestyle gym videos or just lifestyle videos. I don't really do that anymore. I literally sit down and talk to the camera about either self-improvement, how to create better content, or even tech. And like tech was something that I couldn't even imagine myself making content about a few years ago. And this is what I always say to you, it's always important just to start creating content as soon as possible. Because the sooner you start creating content, the more you realize, oh, maybe this style of content isn't for me. Then you experiment with different styles and eventually you will find your style. But if you're just not creating videos, not even trying to find your style, and you just like spend all day planning and you find a release of video and you think it's going to be your final style and the video flops, you're going to be like, oh, maybe, yeah, I'm just going to stay consistent with it, because that's the advice you hear. I'm just going to stay consistent. And then you make another well created video and it flops again. And you do another one and it flops. And you do another one and it flops. By the fourth video you make, you're probably burnt out. You're like, fuck, this shit's difficult. It's harder than I thought. And that's because you're putting too much effort into your content. You're you're putting too much effort into your content. You're waiting too long to just start. And I always tell people, start with like the lowest effort kind of video you can create, right? For me, like the easiest type of video I can create is these videos right now. If I wanted to go a level up, I'd be recording more personal B-roll shots to show you guys. Maybe it's shots of me, I don't know, putting on my shoes or heading into my car and those type of stuff, just to make it more relatable when I talk about those certain things. Or maybe I'll put up old videos of me doing, I don't know, my old content or just anything like that. That's a level up. But that also takes more effort. And if that video doesn't perform, then I'm going to be unmotivated, uninspired, and I'm just going to be like, bro, fuck this content shit. And that's the mindset side of things. You guys really need to understand it's not about putting out the prettiest looking content. It's just about starting as soon as possible and making the process of making videos as easy as possible with the least amount of friction possible. Which is why I always say, before you buy a camera, just use your phone. Unless it's a Samsung. Honestly, it's like Samsungs. I just Androids in general. The whole of the Android community, you can come for me right now, but those phones are trash, boy. Just get yourself an iPhone and record videos using that. There's no learning curve. Like the iPhone's on auto. You just mess with a few settings in the settings app and you're good to go. The best thing you can do is probably just buy an external microphone and buy a few lights to make it more a controlled environment, and your videos will just look 1010. I bought a camera too early, didn't know how to use it, and it made creating videos longer, which was more of a ball ache. I enjoyed it at first, but if you're not someone that enjoys playing around with tech, you wouldn't enjoy it. So it would just be hell for you. But then it made my videos longer, like the process of it. It made editing a lot longer because I now had bigger like file sizes and my laptop couldn't really keep up with the camera, like the codec and all of that type of shit. I had to buy an SD card. Then I was like, oh, the camera audio's trash. The camera microphone is literally worse than your iPhone microphone. So you're going to have to buy an external microphone, which is more money. Then you're going to be like, it still doesn't look good. Then you'll invest into lights because you realize how important lights are. So just start with your phone. Now, apart from the mindset side of things, when you start posting videos as soon as you can with as lowest effort as you can, and the whole reason we do the lowest effort kind of videos to start with is because you want to be sustainable. Going back to the point of people are out here creating content for 5 years and they still ain't blown up. And you think you can come in with 2-3 months of like no content experience and within 2-3 months blow up? Hey, you can. There's people that have done it, but they're anomalies, right? And if you're banking on yourself being an anomaly, you're just gonna, chances are like 99.9% of the time, you're just gonna quit social media and you're never even gonna see where you can take it. Like, I like to give the example of like neural knowledge. People like to say, oh, he blew up overnight, which he did, but he was creating short form videos for like 2 years before he actually jumped onto YouTube. And then it took another year and a strategy change before he actually blew up. I think that's right. Or maybe it was 2 years and a strategy change and then he blew up. Whatever it is, it's not like he just posted his first YouTube video and boom, 250K subscribers type shit. And plus, before he was even making videos, he was constantly making content on Snapchat. So he already had sort of a fan base or a support base, if that's what you want to call it. You're literally jumping in this with your friends and your family, expecting them to support you. And another thing people need to realize, your friends and family, they're gonna support your first 3 videos, especially your first one. That will be the one that will probably motivate you. You will post your first video and be like, man, that did good, got 100 likes. Then your second one, 75 likes. Oh, maybe they didn't like that one. Let me try again. You'll post your third video, 50 likes. You're like, this is getting worse. Fourth video, 20 likes. Fifth video, 10 likes. And that's because everyone's tapered off from the support. Why? Because they're not your target audience. When you're creating videos, before you even create a video, you should have a target avatar. Know who you're creating content for. For me, I'm creating content for people like you who want to create better content, who are content creators, whether you're an online business owner that wants to create content to get more leads, whether you're a content creator that just wants to get views and get subscribers and get brand deals or get YouTube ad revenue or get sponsored trips or free items and gifts sent out, whatever it is, I am targeting you. I wouldn't know that unless I've sat down and actually wrote that out, which I did, and I'll suggest you do the same thing. But the chances of your friends and family being that type of person that your target avatar is very, very slim. And if they are, a lot of the time they'll just be like, oh, yeah, that's just my friend or my family member creating content. I'm not going to take it as seriously. And Nero actually told me this. It's like the people that are closest to you, they take the things that you say less seriously than if someone that they know their chances of actually meeting you are very low, they'll take what you're saying a lot more serious. And it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because your friend could be spitting some serious game, but because you know him personally and known him for a longer time and see what he's like off the camera, where he's messing around, joking and unserious, you take what he's saying on seriously. But there's other people taking what he's saying seriously, using that knowledge and information and making good use of it. But you're not going to do that. So the whole point is you need to come into the content creation game with the mindset of, I need to be able to do this for 3 years, 2 years, 5 years. You need to be able to do this for a very, very long time. And the reason to say this, if you go, okay, I'm going to go all in, I've got an emergency fund, I'm going to try, I'm going to go all in. Hey, you can blow up in 6 months, 3 months. You can, if you know exactly what you're doing. But even then, I like to say you create your own luck, right? So you might know exactly how to create content, exactly what to do, exactly what to talk about, but there's still an element of luck. There's no guarantee that what you do is going to get you views or generate you views. All you can do is increase your chances of people actually watching your videos, which will then generate you views. And a lot of the time, depending on your circumstances, your budget, and everything in between, you can increase those chances to pretty much like probably 95%. And then eventually you'll gain traction and you'll blow up. But a lot of you don't have the requirements to actually reach the odds and create your own luck of 95% chance of blowing up within 6 months. So you're going to have to create content sustainably for 2 years. And even if you do blow up in 3, 6 months and you blow through your emergency fund, you're now stressing about money and you won't like, unless you already have a business that you can funnel people from your personal brand into your business, your emergency fund's gone, you've got no money. And hey, if you don't have a business, you're going to have to go back to work to make money, but you've blown up on social media now, but you're going to lose the momentum because you're going to have to earn to make money. And that's going to be in the back of your mind. So then your audience basically tapers off and you lose momentum because you can't sustainably create content because you was doing it without the full-time job or part-time job and you was going all in, and now your circumstances change. So now like your systems and everything kind of change with it, which basically makes you unsustainable with that style of content. So you need to find something that fits you, fits whether you're at full-time work, part-time work, whether you're a student, whether you're unemployed, something that fits your budget, fits your circumstances. You create a system which makes creating content easier for you. And again, I'm just going to say it, MKBHD, KSI, the top guys, they've been creating content for years. Even when you blow up, you still need to create content to maintain your audience and maintain the brand that you have or the business that you have behind your personal brand, right? Even for creators that have just blown up, it's the exact same thing. So focus on being sustainable. Now let's actually get into the more strategic side of things, when it comes to posting times, posting consistency or frequency, um, everything that it comes to do with posting, really. And maybe we can touch on actually creating the video itself. But let's go into posting. So there's some myths that people actually listen to when it comes to posting. You know, they think, oh man, I can't post at this time. Everyone's gonna be like asleep. Okay. I can't post at this time because, everyone posts at 5 o'clock or everyone posts at 12 o'clock. What you need to realize is, which is actually, especially when it comes to reels, right? The whole point of you posting reel is to reach an audience that you've never reached before. You want new people to come see your stuff, or you want to connect with, the same people that follow you. But assuming you don't have a large follow account or subscribe account, you want to reach people that you haven't reached before. Who are you to say that they won't see that video at 5 o'clock? How do you know that they're busy at 5 o'clock? Like, yeah, they're in full time work, but how do you know they're not working 6 till 2 and now they're chilling? You know, like I just don't understand. How do you know that they don't have a day off? And furthermore, people act as if when you post a video, that's the only time it gets pushed. Like the algorithm, whatever platform you're on, is constantly trying to push that video out to the right type of people. And if that video is good enough, hitting the requirements such as engagement rates with average watch duration or view duration. On YouTube, there's click through rate, but on short form platforms, it's like average view duration, shares, saves. Then it goes into like counts and comments. If it's hitting the right metrics, that video is going to continue to get pushed out at any time. I've posted videos at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Now, I have some viewers in the US. So 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. is like 4 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m. I don't know. It's earlier in the day. So they actually can watch that video. If I was going through that same mindset, I wouldn't post a video and then everything will get delayed. And then, I wouldn't be able to drop a video every single day on short form platforms, which goes on to my next point in the strategy is if you want to grow, and the Instagram CEO said it himself, if you want to grow, the best thing you can do is post every single day. However, the caveat with posting every single day is that it is difficult. Not everyone can do it due to circumstances, due to their creative brain, due to how much they can actually stand talking to the camera. Like, can you actually create a video every single day? And I'll also go into another strategy on how you can actually make creating a video every single day, well, a short form video every single day, more sustainable for you. But can you actually create a video every single day? Now, if you can't, you have to reassess your strategy and reassess how much can you actually post. 5 times a day, 3 times a day. But the Instagram CEO said it, and I've said it before somewhere, is the more you post, the more reach you're going to get. And it's pretty logical, right? If I post 3, let's say there's person 1 and they post 3 videos a week, right? And they average 10K views, they're reaching 30,000 people. If I post 7 videos a week and I average 5,000 views, I'm going to reach on average 35,000 people. I'm reaching more people than the creator that gets more views than me, which means eventually I'm going to grow faster because everything compounds. And eventually, if I'm posting once a day and I'm growing faster, my average view count will now go from 5K to 10K. And I'm still posting 7 videos. So instead of 35,000 views on average per week, I'm hitting 70,000 average views per week. And that creator's probably hitting 40,000. I've lapped him. Well, I've already lapped him, but I've lapped him again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Posting every single day helps. But again, if you can't do it, it's tough for you. Now, there's some people that want to post twice a day. And if you're really hungry and you can manage it, go for it. But if you can't, don't do it. Because the last thing, as I said, it all goes back to the point of being sustainable. If you're posting 2 videos a day for a whole entire month and you get through it, like, well done, congratulations to you. But now you're fucking tired, or the next month is really busy and you can't make 2 videos per day and you drop 10 videos that whole entire month, your momentum's gone. Let's say you was building a fan base, that momentum's gone. Or in fact, it's slowed down. Not gone, but it's slowed down, which is just as bad as it being gone, right? Especially if you've worked so hard to build up that momentum. Whereas if you made a video every single day and things got busy, but you had the right systems in place so you can actually post during your busy period, then it's not so bad because you're still posting even though you're busy. And if you can do that, you've pretty much hacked the game of social media, because there's going to be days where you're not going to feel like it. And I know people are going to be like, man, it's not about feeling like it, man. Forget the motivation. You should be able to just do this whether you feel like it or not, man. That's how you get things done. I know people apply that mindset to the gym, and it's true. You should just get things done. And typically when you start talking to the camera, you do feel a lot better. However, getting things done. However, those days are going to come. And there's going to be other days where you're ill, where you're sick, where you're out the country on holiday with your family or your partner or your siblings or your friends. And hey, if you're not full time by then, you ain't going to want to create content. And if you are, you're not going to enjoy your holiday experience, you know? So you need to be able to create content when those periods of your life actually come up. Birthdays, weddings, funerals. That's dark. This video's just took a dark turn. Funerals. Fuck. Anyway, fuck. That's a dark turn. That is shit. Whew. Anyway, those days are going to come, unfortunately. And you need to be able to post content on those days. And hey, I'm not saying you gotta post a video every single day for the rest of your life. There's gonna be periods where you fuck up, you mess up the schedule, you don't post. I go through those days. I think last week I posted 4 videos. I said I'm posting every single day. However, I still got 4 out. This week I might post 7. The week after I might post 7. The week after I might post 8 because there's a brand deal incorporated or whatever it is. Next week I might post 10. But I know for a fact I'm at least going to post 3-4 videos. And in fact, the only reason I do not post a video on a certain day is probably because one, I've forgotten. That's just me. Maybe it's just complacency. Or two, I just haven't edited the video. I actually have the footage. I've got a lot of short form videos just that have not been edited. But if they were edited, I could just post them and post a video every single day. Like, I have the systems in place, and I'm going to go through the systems right now on how you can actually post a video every single day, or a video 2 times a week or 1 times a week on YouTube. And it's really simple. That's another thing you guys need to do. Stop overcomplicating social media. Like, people think, let's put it this way. When I started, which is hilarious, and I feel like a lot of people make this mistake, even though nowadays the advice is to batch record, which I agree with, but there's strict conditions with it. When I started creating content, I went through this era of, okay, I'm going to record a video. And I sit down and I record the video. Then the next day I would edit the video, and the day after I'd post it. Then the day after posting, I'd be like, right, next video. Then I record the next one. After doing that 4 times, I got sick of it. And eventually you're going to hit a day, as I said, where you don't feel like it, or something comes up, you don't get to record. And then the next day you're catching up on the previous stuff and you're like, shit, I still need to record. And it gets tough. And that's when the strategy of batch recording is it's amazing. I wish I heard of this when I started creating content, honestly. It's flipping amazing. Eventually I did start batch recording like naturally, but it wasn't intentionally. The whole point is making it intentional and also having strict conditions, right? The strict conditions are, if you're recording short form videos, don't record more than 7 videos, especially if you're just starting out or you're new. Don't record more than 7 videos in one sitting. And the reason for that is, typically if you're new, talking to the camera is not a natural thing. So you might be slightly awkward. You might struggle. It might take you a long time to actually finish one video. If you do 14 videos in one sitting, in one batch, you're going to be extremely tired, making the rest of the day pretty much redundant, right? However, if you do 7, next week, again, you're doing another recording, which means you'll get in front of the camera more often than if you was to do 14. Because let's put it this way. One creator does 7 videos in one batch and they record every single week. They record 4 times a month. They're in front of the camera 4 times a month, 4 times 12. I'm bad at maths, but that's 48. Whereas if creator 2 records 14 videos in one batch, now they get in front of the camera twice a month, 2 times 12, 24. That's literally half the time. I know some people like to batch 28 videos in one sitting. They're in front of the camera in once a month, 12 times a year. And if you're new, the whole point is if you're new to creating content, you want to be in front of the camera more so you can get used to it and get better at talking to the camera. Because whether you like it or not, a big part of whether you succeed on social media is how good you are at talking to the camera. Me personally, I'm still trying to improve. Some people are more natural than others, but no one is going to just spawn out the womb. You ain't going to spawn in real life and just be a god at talking to the camera. Like that doesn't happen. And if you want proof, I've left up my like YouTube videos from 4 years ago. Watch my solo one specifically, because when you're with other people, it's a bit more natural because you kind of maybe connect off their vibe and you talk to the camera like you normally would. But when you're by yourself, that's when it gets tough, my boy. That's when it gets fucking tough. So you want to be in front of the camera as much as possible to basically get your reps in. And plus, you'll look at your videos like after a week and be like, oh, this is horrible. Even if when you first recorded it, you were like, yeah, this is sick. A week later, you'll be like, nah, I could do better. Then you actually have the chance to record some more and do better. And again, the same the next week and the week after and the week after. That's the strict conditions batch recording comes in, which I don't think a lot of people ever really speak about. Now, when it comes to actually creating videos, the struggle that I went through personally is I didn't have a strategy or a way of making videos that people actually want to watch. And if you want the easiest and most simplest strategy to make people watch your videos, it's probably this right here, right? There's more nuances to it, but the base premises is a video is one of three things, right? Technically, it probably could be two of three things, but for simple sake, it's one of three things. A video is either a list, which, for example, if I listed 5 simple steps on how to blow up on social media, that video is now a list. It could be a step-by-step guide. This is self-explanatory. It's like how to bake a cake. If I made a video on how to bake a cake, or how to build your social media profile, or it's basically how-to videos. It's tutorials. It's showing you step-by-step on how to do something. Lists and step-by-step videos are very similar. The only difference is step-by-step videos, you have to follow the steps in order. And if you miss a step, you basically don't get the result that you want, which means technically step-by-step videos or how-to videos or tutorial videos are the most powerful videos that you can make. One, how-to videos are like, how-to is probably the most searched word on the internet. When you struggle, if you struggle and don't know something or want to learn how to do something, the first thing you do is go to YouTube or you go to Google and you type how to do this. Or I remember I was playing Call of Duty the other day, right? Black Ops 6. I was like, okay, how do I do this? How do I change this control? Da, 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 da. And I changed it. I was flipping like auto mantling over some shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm just getting smoked at this game. I'm getting better low key. But yeah, how to is super powerful. I'd recommend, if you look at other creators, by the way, 9 times out of 10, their most viral video is a how-to video. And I don't know, again, a lot of people don't speak about it and I don't know why. A lot of viral videos are typically how-to videos. Some can be lists as well. And the third type of video that you can make are story videos. Now, the only caveat with this is people only watch a story video is if there's a good lesson behind it. And with a good lesson, the story helps them remember the lesson, which makes it valuable. Or if the story is just dead entertaining, like MKBHD dropped a story video and it was like, I was investigated by the FBI. Like, shit, nigga, the FBI, that's a serious group of people. You're getting investigated. You're just a YouTuber. You must have did something wrong. What did you do wrong? Like, humans are like curious. We're nosy. We want to know what's going on, what's happened. I clicked on the video. I watched it through. You guys can search it up and watch that video for yourselves. But like stories like that, they're entertaining. So people want to watch that. Other stories, you'd have to have a lesson attached to it and make it clear what that lesson is, right? Now, when it comes, the typical videos I make are list videos and how-to videos. Technically, this video, it will probably fit in a how-to. But if it does fit in a how-to, it technically doesn't need to be titled how-to, especially on YouTube. You could, I could just put the easiest way to build a personal brand. It's technically a how-to video. I'm going to show you how to build a personal brand, or the easiest way on how to build a personal brand. But my title doesn't need to include how to. But hopefully you guys are getting the whole point of that. Now, when you make a video, you need to basically just say, hey, is this video a list? Is it a step by step? Or is this a story video? Now, I did say it could be two out of the three. So typically you can put a story video, you can put a story inside of a list video, or a story inside of a how-to video, because maybe you learned a lesson and you later realize that valuable lesson that you learned, that story that you're going to tell that has a lesson attached to it, gave you a crucial step in building a personal brand, for example. Now, of course, there's a few nuances on like how to hook your audience using negative titles, negative hooks, negative intros, using informative hooks, borrowing authority from other people that are more experienced or are more known than you, so people can actually listen to you and then associate that authority with you. Like there's a bunch of stuff, right? But that would take this video to like 5 hours. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, probably not 5 hours, but it'll be longer than I actually want to sit down and record this video. So with all of that being said, you basically have everything you need to have a strategy or build your own strategy, because I can't give you a strategy, right? I don't know your circumstances. I don't know exactly what's going on with you to help you build a strategy and system so you can actually like take content seriously. But with everything I've said, you can build yourself a strategy. Now, how are you going to make money from it? This goes back to your target avatar. Typically, when you're creating content for your target avatar has a problem which you can solve, or you should be able to solve, and therefore you can charge money for that solution. Even though you're going to provide value to them, because that's how they're going to trust you, that's how they're going to find you, that's how, I can't say that's how they're going to relate. Stories are more how they're going to relate to you, but that's how they find you and trust you, right? Like this person, he's been solving my problems, he's helping me. I like this guy. I follow him. I watch all his videos. I feel like I know him. I can buy one of his products now. Now, I should give an example. Okay, for example, if I'm a fitness coach, right? I feel like it's just the easiest thing to do. If I'm a fitness coach and my target avatar really is men in their teens or 20s that want to reach their optimal or like their peak physique and their peak fitness, or just want to lose fat, right? Either one of those are the people I'm targeting. Now, I make videos generally about, oh, it's another thing. This video could be hours. Shit. So I make I can't even speak. I make a wide range of videos targeting men and females on how to lose weight and how to reach peak performance in their 20s or their teens, right? That's going to give me a big follower base. Now, when I'm selling my products I can personally coach you one-on-one, or we can do a group coach or one-on-one online coaching. Pardon me. I'll have a lot of people to talk to. And even if the people that I'm talking to don't fit the category, they will know someone that fits the category. And because they like you, trust you, and know you now, they will probably share that video that you're advertising or story with someone that they know and be like, bro, you need this. Or like that'll probably be a via low key dependent. But you should look into this. Like this guy is legit. Like he's helped me through his content and I'm not even his target audience. Imagine what he can do for you. You get where I'm coming from? Now, the whole point is, yeah, it's nice to make fitness videos. Ha ha ha. It's great. I have a lot of followers. I might have a brand deal or two. I might like, heck, you probably could be an athlete. But hey, let's just say you're not an athlete and you're not getting paid a salary, you're just getting brand deals. A lot of the time it's not going to be the most sustainable thing, right? That brand deal could just fall through, or you might not get any brand deals that month and it could just fall through, right? The best thing you can do is have a business on the back end. Now, for fitness people, technically, or not even technically, commonly it's online coaching, because you can help people from all over the world without actually being there in person with them. You give them the program, you have one-on-one checkup calls, like you check their physique, you check in on them, all of that stuff. And that's the business on the back end. How much you charge is technically up to you. But now you can leverage the social media and the personal brand that you've built to actually get people into your business. And this is where people typically overcomplicate it. Now, I don't want someone to come to me and be like, bro, that funnel is dead, bro. Like, man need to be doing this with their funnel and automations and all of that shit. I've seen people go through the struggle, especially when they're starting out of, yeah, I need to like be fully optimized. Bro, forget optimizing, bro. Like, how can you, even when you start content, you can't be fully optimized because you just started. When you start anything, you can't be fully optimized. It's like if you've never done a squat in your life, you can watch as many videos as you want. But if you go to do a squat for the first time in your life, you can't have an optimal squat because you're not even sure how it feels. You're not sure if you're doing it right. You're going to be like focusing on loads of stuff like, is my back straight? Is the bar in the right place? Are my hands in the right place? Are my elbows meant to be flared or tucked? Are my knees coming too close together? How low am I meant to go? Oh shit, I can't get back up. What is the most optimal squat? And like for most things, a squat is going to look different on everyone depending on how tall you are, how long your femur is, like your range of motion, how flexible or the range of motion you have in your ankles, like everything. It's really subjective. There's probably like a typical form, but again, I'm not going to go into it. So don't focus on your funnel being like optimal when you're just starting out your creator business or your online business. You just want to get shit done, right? And I don't even like the word funnel because every business basically operates in this way. For a business to run, what you need is a lead. That lead needs to be qualified. So they actually need your solution, which is what they're buying. They need your solution. They're qualified. They fit all the criterias and they just need a way to buy the solution, right? So you need a way to get leads, which is going to be from your personal brand. Okay, that's already ticked. You're getting leads through your personal brand. Now you need a place to take those leads to either for them to qualify themselves or they get qualified by you. They're already nurtured through your social media content. If you want to take it another step further, you can nurture them in an email list, which is what I would recommend. Nurture them in an email list. Then you can take them to either sometimes they can qualify themselves or you can qualify them through email or social media. But if they're not, you qualify them on either a landing page or to further qualify, you put them on a call, like a sales call or a discovery call. I like the word discovery because you're just finding out about the person to see if they actually fit the program and you want to actually work with them, right? Because you don't want to work with someone that is not really your kind of person. So you need a lead, a way to nurture them, either social media content or your email list, a place to take them, which is a landing page. So leads, landing page, and then basically a sales call or a button for them to buy. And then you basically fulfill the service. Like, let's pick a random fucking business, bro. Gymshark. I don't know why that came to my mind. Gymshark. I go to the gym, but I need some new gym clothes. I have a fucking problem. I've got no gym clothes. I am now a lead. Maybe I've seen their social media videos because they post social media content or someone's like sponsored by them. Oh, Gymshark, that looks cool. I'm now a lead, right? Click on their website. I'm now qualifying myself. I'm like, oh, is this going to look good on me? Is this good? Yeah. There's a buy button. I can buy that. I buy it. I'm now a customer. I've paid the money. I'm getting my solution. It's as simple as that. Now, that is a product and you're probably going to sell a service because, again, an online service is cheaper to start, cheaper to run. There's less risk and it's so much more profitable. Like, I think anyone starting out an online business, 100% should be a service. The most common one is probably right now might be editing or like copywriting. But depending on who you are and your experience, I would recommend coaching or consulting. It's definitely the best. So that's pretty much it. I don't want you guys to complicate it. My first ever proper funnel. It sounds so unserious. My first proper funnel was funneling people from my Instagram account onto a Notion document where they read what my program is going to be about, very early stages. And on that Notion document, I linked it to an application form just so I can see who actually is qualified and I put my questions there. And then even after that, I made them book a call. And on the call is when I really sussed out if I wanted to work with that person, whether that person was telling lies or not. And then I'd go through, and if they were happy to work with me, we'd work together. That was basically my funnel. It wasn't anything complicated. I I do have an email list, but I didn't, send an email campaign. And if this person opens it, I'll send this email. And if this person doesn't open it after 30 days, I'll send this email. And then, depending on how they respond, or if they respond, or if they click the link to book a call but don't book a call, they'll get this email. Once you get to a certain point, all of that shit is gold. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even there yet, but that shit is probably gold. But right now, you don't want to complicate it. The more you complicate things, the less likely you are to start. And that's with literally everything. So take everything I've said in this video. Yeah, man. Like, hopefully this video is valuable to you guys, because I've pretty much said everything I need to say, or everything I can say, and made it as easy as possible. Like, the opportunities that you get online is fucking endless, bro. You can work with people in China, Qatar, Ireland, the UK or the US, depending on where you're from, Thailand, Bali, New York. Like, it's endless. And this era that we're in, where online business is really thriving, I don't see why you would start a business like a brick and mortar business where people have to be local to purchase from you. It just doesn't make sense. But the whole reason that people struggle to start an online business is because they don't have the personal brand. They don't have the wit. They don't have the information. They don't have the help to basically build a personal brand, which can get them leads. And I guess a cheeky plug, since we're at the end of the video, is if you want one-on-one help, or if you want to be in a group session with me, or a group live cohort, I should say, to understand how to build your personal brand, come up with a better strategy or a more defined strategy, and generate more leads for your online business, I'm going to be running a group program. I currently have a one-on-one program, but I'm running a group program early next year. I want to say January. If you want to be a part of it, join the waitlist in the link in the description. I will soon have a landing page, so you'll have more details about it. But to summarize, it's going to be a 4-week program with a live lesson every single week. So you can ask me questions at the end of the lesson. I'll make sure all questions are answered. And I'm planning on giving an exclusive one-on-one strategy call to everyone that joins through being on the waitlist. So if you're not on the waitlist, you're going to miss out, bro.